Hey, hi, hello, and happy Thursday. It's been another beautiful day in bright and sunny Austin, Texas. Felt like I should have followed it up with Los Angeles. However, I'm not there. I've had so much caffeine today. Woke up, had a yerba mate, delicious as always. Powerful punch in that caffeine start of the day. Then carried it on, waited a couple hours, had a little energy drink, a new one I'd never tried before. I don't remember the brand name, but I have another one in the fridge, so maybe I'll check that later. To then testing out a new coffee shop. It was more of a donut shop, but they also had coffee. Got a cold brew with some sugar-free vanilla. It was delicious. Canceled out that sugar-free with an apple fritter. Was even more delicious. I feel good. I feel like I'm not going to be sleeping for a few more hours, which is nice to me. I've never been a fan of going to sleep too early. That nighttime's always been so peaceful. A large sense of freedom that comes with it for me. I think it's just probably from childhood and wanting time to myself without people around me, so I can just do whatever I want without being perceived by others, if you know what I mean. There's a freedom in it. I'm sure my siblings were doing the same thing. Man, being a child kind of sucked. I love being an adult. I mean, beyond the fact that I'm in control of my future and destiny, and it's clearly not going well, everything else about being an adult is fantastic. Money is the one thing that really makes life bad, or not having it at least. So, I mean, we'll move on from there. That's fine. What I do today, I met up with a friend, one of the few friends I've met in the area. He is a cool dude. He's from Seattle, former military dude. But no, he's in the area. Met him through the church. And so we got some coffee. That was fun. Cool place. It's a coffee shop and a bar. However, met up and hung out at like 2-3 p.m. So not the best time for a drink, in my opinion. Or at least not the best time for a drink on a Thursday. In reality, I think any time's a good time for a drink. But that's what I'm trying to not think like, because we're getting back, as I mentioned the other week, into the grind of health and fitness. I said after mentioning my delicious apple fritter. But you know, that's how life goes. We keep on moving, and hopefully we move a little more, burn some calories, maybe create some space for a couple more apple fritters in the future. On that note, what are we even supposed to be eating for breakfast? Obviously, in every single piece of media ever, from at least the American United States citizen perspective, you got the eggs, you got the sausage, the bacon, you got toast. You got cereal if no one actually wants to cook. I can't stand cereal. It's like cold, soupy candy in the morning. Crazy. I do like crunchy granola raisin bran, but personally that's like a nighttime snack. Like, you want something refreshing and cold and sweet. Yeah, have some cereal at night. Give me that crunchy granola raisin bran. And some oat milk too. Give it that little nutty flavor. I like that. But beyond that, which I don't want to eat for breakfast, obviously, I don't want eggs, bacon, or sausage and some toast 5 days in a row in the week. What else am I supposed to do? You can obviously do different variations of that, make sandwiches. You do biscuit instead of toast. You do a croissant instead of that. But again, it's just the same 3.5 things. I guess quiches are a good counter to that. They're delicious. But again, am I supposed to make a quiche every Sunday so I have a new breakfast? And then how many weeks in a row am I supposed to make a quiche? Ugh. There doesn't seem to be a good compromise here. We have a million of different things you can eat for lunch or dinner, but breakfast is like 10 different items in 20 different styles. Even when you go to other cultures, they might get rid of the bread and replace it with rice, but it's still probably going to be eggs and some type of meat. We should, as a society, as a civilization, as a people group of people, we really should focus in on this, lean into it, and diversify our breakfast options. If anyone has any good suggestions, preferably cheap ones as well, I should start meal prepping. And also cheap ones I can make healthy. They don't have to be inherently, obviously healthy, but as long as there's the ability to switch to better ingredients or less, or just stuff that's good for you, let me know, because again, I need more options. But, oh man, I'm not even excited for that in the morning. I'm excited for my morning coffee. I am excited for my morning coffee, though. That's going to be one thing that keeps me going. One last random note, since my mind's just been kind of going all over the place. What do you all think of Thursdays? That's kind of a weird question. I feel like most people probably have a positive view of it because it's so close to Friday and then the weekend, and obviously those are people's favorite days. But do you have any other, like, more specific reasons why you may like or dislike the day? For one, like specifically for me, Thursdays was one of my mom's custody days growing up as a child, and so Thursdays always feels like a good night. It's like, oh, I'm going to my mom's house. That's fantastic. But I also feel that exact same way about Tuesdays as well. So I do think that is definitely the factor where I like the day a lot more than the day's proximity proximity to Fridays. Because I hate Mondays. Mondays suck for obvious reasons. Start of the school/work week, plus just the gloomy, dreary vibe. Saturdays or Sundays always felt kind of depressing just because Monday was coming. I can pretty much convince myself that Wednesday through, I'm fine with Sundays nowadays, especially since I'm unemployed. But Wednesday through Sunday, that's the weekend in my opinion. And doing that makes it a lot easier when I am working full time. Just being like, well, Mondays and Tuesdays are the only actual tough days to get through. If I can start pretending it's the weekend by Wednesday, I can really just live a good life. I mean, not healthy. My liver will be suffering when I do that. I understand why people do, truly. Anyways, that's enough of my random thoughts again. As always, I hope you have a great rest of your night, a great day tomorrow, and I'll talk to you then. Good night.